Hey everybody, it's tea time. Come on in here. I got my tea. It's just right. You know, as Goldilocks said, the porridge was too hot and it was too cold. Well, this is just right. I made it about 30 minutes ago. I don't like my tea super hot or super cold, but I want it just right. So join me as we enjoy our little cup of tea. It's so lovely when it's just the right temperature. Makes me happy. I'm thankful for the little things. We have had such a string of wonderful topics to talk about lately. Yesterday, I drew out take a break. Can you imagine that? Taking breaks. That's what we drew out yesterday. I have a whole basket that my sister-in-law made for me full of the topics that we've already talked about. So we shall see what's going to come out of our little. Last night after dinner, Robert threw away my leftover tea, and I said, "Don't touch my tea. I like my tea. I like my tea cold. If I need a quick pick me up right after dinner, I just finish off my tea." Okay, let's say prayers for somebody had to call 911 for their grandmother. She was dressed to shoes, so this is being thankful for being dressed to shoes. I have a topic. I'm going to set things up for tomorrow because tomorrow will be the Wise Old Owl. I'll have to get me a fish bowl of some kind. Yep. I like fishes. I'll find me a fish bowl. Hey, we just talking about being dressed to lace up shoes. Someone could call 911 for their grandmother. Buy yourself some decent shoes. That's our topic today. You know, it's right now it's school shopping time, and there's usually buy one, get a pair half off, or buy one, get one free. Go to the shoe store just for you. Go to the shoe store just for you. I know the babies need shoes, and you always put yourself off till last. Leanne does this too. Yes, she does. Leanne does this too. And let's buy ourselves a new pair of shoes. We wear out shoes. We really do. It's something we don't think about, but we just keep wearing them, and all the arch support and all that stuff is gone. We put ourselves last. Well, if you want to energize yourself, get you a decent pair of shoes. And if you don't wear shoes in the house, get you a pair of shoes that you only wear in the house. And when's the last time you had your foot measured? You know, we put ourselves last. We think we still wear the same size we wore 20 years ago when our children were born. And our feet change over the years. Our feet change. So let's please get you a pair of decent shoes to wear on your feet. Hey, Kathy! Yep, we went to school together. Yep. So, folks, take care of yourself. If you don't take care of you, who will? This is so important. Having shoes that fit your feet. If shoes don't feel good on your feet, you got on the wrong size shoe. Just plain and simple. Right now I'm wearing Fit Flops. I've worn them all summer long. I'm really enjoying them. In the wintertime, I will wear my Brooks. I have Brooks that I wear that are for my foot. They fit well. Get you a pair of shoes. They don't have to be sneakers, but they need to lace up. They really need to lace up. Because that way, I'm from the South. We grew up barefoot. We stayed barefoot all summer long. We hated to put on shoes come school time. We hated it. But guess what? Shoes are good for your feet. You should never go into your kitchen barefoot. The minute you do, you're going to drop something. And you do need in-the-house shoes. You need shoes that you only wear in the house if you don't allow anybody else. But you need a wide footbed so you've got some stability. I have ankles that wobble a little bit. So in the wintertime, I actually like to wear boots. Things that come up on my ankles. And it helps me. Last winter, I wore my Frye boots all winter long. But they don't come off my feet easily. They really don't. Lace up, not flip-flops. Fit, F-I-T flops. They're tennis shoes. Leanne took her shoe off yesterday. I'm going to take my shoe off today. These are fake lace-ups. But guess what? They're okay. I got on my hot pink ones today. Hot pink. And they do have laces on them, but they are laces, but they don't lace because they're all elastic. And the beauty of these shoes, they're like wearing elastic on your feet. It's just kind of interesting because they have compression on my feet. You know, it could be that the shoes do the compression or that I'm eating fewer carbs and I don't need any swelling on my feet. So it does well. So get you a pair of shoes that are for you, that you love, that you'll wear. Somebody sent me a picture the other day. She found these things that look like butterflies, and they fit on the laces. You lace your shoe up through them, and the little butterfly wings. What better way to, a subliminal little thing about flying is having your shoes on your feet. Being dressed to shoes gives you the ability to do whatever needs doing. If your grandmother needs help, if you need to get to her right away, you don't have to stop. You grab your purse, your keys, and you go. You go. But first call 911. Always call 911 first if it's an emergency. So please, 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 get you a pair of shoes that I think you should wear shoes in the house. When you're keeping up with your housework and keeping your house looking nice, a little dirt isn't going to hurt anybody. Fit flops, F-I-T-F-L-O-P-S. But I wear Brookses and I wear boots in the winter because my ankles get cold. But buy yourself a good pair of shoes. Now, people like Skechers, people like Clark. There's a lot of good shoes out there, but you're not going to know unless you go to a shoe store. We got DB shoes here locally. And one time I went in there to get me a pair of shoes, and the girl behind the counter just lost it. She started crying. Her name's Kelly, and Kelly LaRoe, and they just bought a new house, and she says, "You saved my life. You really did save my life." And I was so proud of her. They just bought this new house. She sent me a text the other day. What do I do with my sink? And I gave her some suggestions on shining her sink. It was a porcelain sink, and it was all scratched up. And I met her at a shoe store. So I go to shoe stores. You can go to shoe stores once you know what size you wear in a specific brand of shoe. You can buy them online. DSW. Yep. That's the name of the shoe store. So drink up. Let's enjoy having our shoes on our feet. And the first summer I wore my shoes all summer long, I didn't have cracked heels. Do you know how much torture? You do know because you've gone barefoot a long time. When you wear your shoes and socks, and I like little thin socks. When you wear your shoes and socks, you do not have cracked heels because your foot doesn't dry out. I've seen some women whose feet look like leather shoes. because they don't ever wear something that protects their foot. I rarely go barefoot in the middle of the night. I've even had a doctor tell me not to go barefoot in the middle of the night. Always have my house shoes right beside the bed. Well, I don't do that anymore. I don't have plantar fasciitis anymore. I've learned a trick about wearing, what to do every night when I get in the bed. I have this little routine. I have my before bed routine, but I also have a routine for when I sit down on the bed to get in the bed. And I take each foot and I stretch my toes. These are my toes right here. I stretch my toes like this and hold it for a count of 10. And what that does, it stretches the fascia underneath your foot so that you don't tear it. And you do it gently, and it's a gentle hold, and you never have that problem again. I do both feet for a count of 10. And it was fixed. Fixed, I tell you. And I love it. And I'll never deal with that problem again. But I've gone back to low carb, and it's really helping. It's helping a lot. So folks, here's to having a pair of shoes that fit your feet well, so that you're not suffering with cracked heels and dried toes. And our Pamper mission this week was to paint your toes. Even though they're going to be hidden in shoes this fall, you see your toes when you don't have your shoes on. You see your toes in the shower and in the bathroom, and when you put your gown on, you see your toes. And put your shoes on. Bless your feet with a pair of shoes that fit. You can do this. You can. You really can. So drink up, folks. Wow. Just right. Dare I say perfect? I'll have to remember that 2:30 is the time to make my tea. Now, Leanne and I are starting on Monday. I'm going to her house tonight for dinner. And on Monday, we're starting the Hot Melt Sprint. So go to savingdinner.com/sprint. savingdinner.com/sprint. And you can join us on our Hot Melt Sprint. She's been talking about it all week on her video that I've been sending out. And those of you who know me know I can't handle frustration. I just don't do well getting frustrated over things. So over the weekend I said, Leanne, let me be a moderator on your page. And she's a moderator on my page too, with Patty and Liz. And let me be a moderator so I can go in and download your video for you. Instead of having her team do it, I can do it much faster. And I can get it done in 30 minutes. And I can put it in my emails going out so you can see them. So look in today's tea time. Her video will be in today's tea time. It'll be in the flight plan as well. And it makes it easy for you to catch our videos because I upload it to YouTube. It makes it, because I was getting frustrated. I wasn't having the link, and I was having to ask for the link, and felt like I was nagging, and I don't want to be a nag. So I said, just let me do it. Whenever you have a job in your house that somebody's not getting to, like emptying the dishwasher, if it's somebody in your family's job to empty the dishwasher and they're not doing it in a timely fashion and dishes are piling up on your sink and your sideboards, that's time for you to take it back and do it. Bless someone else by saying, let me take that from you. You can take the trash out for me. I'll trade you jobs. Or some other job. And here it is. It's done. You get it done. I just got through making my tea, and the time it took for the water to boil in my hot pot. My water boiled. I emptied my dishwasher. Put everything away. Done. It's such a fun way to play games with yourself all day long with, heating something up in the microwave, boiling water. It's just a great way to get things done. I was talking on the phone with Benjamin, and by the way, y'all, this is a praise alert. He is doing much better. Thank you so much for your prayers and lighting candles. He is doing so much better. He sounded like his old self right today when I talked to him. So I was cleaning off my, I told you this morning I had to clean off my buffet in my kitchen because Robert has piled a lot of dog food on it, and it's new dog food. So, but I have a canister to put it in. He just doesn't put it in because it doesn't bother him, but it bothers me. So I rearranged things and did some stuff. And I've had my microwave die too. I've had it die. Had to get a new microwave. I don't know what I was talking about, but I got that done. And while I was talking on the phone, he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm puttering." And my Granny Deanie used to putter. Piddle, she would call it. She would just putter and piddle. She was always doing something, some little something. So please take a few minutes and go get your foot measured while you're out. Go get your foot measured. What is a hot pot? It is an automatic tea kettle that cuts itself off. They got them on Amazon. I will always have to have one. My mother-in-law burned up a pan, boiling water, and I found her one many years ago, and she loved it. She said it's the best thing she'd ever owned because she drank instant coffee and she would boil water, but she could walk off and leave it in the kitchen. We're all guilty of that. So I'm guilty of walking off and leaving water running in Leanne's sink last week, 2 weeks ago. So the rule is don't leave the kitchen if you got water running. Don't leave the kitchen if you got water boiling. Find something to do in there. There's rules for these things. But my hot pot, I fill it up with filtered water. I flip a switch and it starts boiling after a couple of minutes. But I've wiped down counters. I've done lots of things in my kitchen. My tea was ready to go. I set that up late this morning. You got to have rules. You got to have rules because it keeps you from going nuts and having lots of mistakes and burning things up. So leaving the kitchen is when you get... I have had potatoes explode in the oven. Not because... It was because I forgot to pierce them. But things explode, water boils, dry, you name it. I have to set my timer. If I've got something cooking in the oven, I got a timer going in the kitchen, not right beside me. Because I have a habit of turning it off and not really realizing that I've turned it off. Yep. You understand. You know what I'm talking about. So rules are good. So if you're going to put something on the stove to cook, never cook on high. That's one of my other rules. Never cook on high. And never go in the kitchen without your lace-up shoes on. Because I've dropped Pyrex dishes. It saves you. I have spilt boiling water on the top of my foot. Now, I had to come out of my shoe right quick. But I still, it still protected my foot from being scalded because I had a shoe on. I've dropped knives and it's bounced off my shoe. Melanie's saying she piddle too. I think it's a colloquial thing for Graves County, Kentucky. She would piddle. And it wasn't like a little puppy piddling. She just piddle. Here's to my granny. She taught me how to shine my sink. She would take her dirty dish rag and shine her sink, dry her sink out every time she got through in the kitchen. One day I'll find that picture of my mother and my grandmother's sink, because my mother had her wedding reception at Granny's house right in front of that china, and it was an old-timey sink. It had two sinks. I remember taking a bath in this sink when I was little. I don't know why I remember, but I remember sitting in that sink. It had two sideboards. It had 4 cabinet doors and 2 drawers, and it was all enameled. It was beautiful. No, it's Graves County, Kentucky. It's right next to Fulton County and Hickman County in Kentucky. It's in western Kentucky. That's where my granny grew up. She was born and raised there. She did travel a little, but she never traveled much. She always said, if travel while you're young, you'll love it. Because when you get old, it's not any fun. We piddle and miss. I'm glad piddle is everywhere. Piddle is a good word. So here's to piddling and putting our shoes on. It's important. It is an important thing. I love you all. I will see you bright and early in the morning at 11 o'clock. That's early for me, y'all, because my voice doesn't quite get ready until about 11 o'clock. I got to get some coffee in me and get my throat going. Say prayers for people in the path of this hurricane. I'm hoping and praying that it just skirts and goes out to sea. That's what we've been praying for several days now. And it spared Florida. Thank the Lord. Because if any of you can donate to help the people in the Bahamas, do it, because they got slammed with this hurricane. They got slammed. And because the hurricane stayed there, they saved us. They saved us. So if you can donate $10 to the Red Cross to go help them, do some research and find out who's donating, where's the money to donate for the Bahamas. I want to say Panama, but it's Bahamas. Just please, if you can spare $10, do that. And not tips. Get your calendars ordered. Yep. It's September already, and I'm going to pull it up here. Let me see if I can get it. This mop and bucket system that we got back at the beginning of summer, it is on sale. It's $34.95. That's $10 off. So some people don't like to touch their dirty mop. I don't have a problem with it, but some people don't, and they ask for a bucket, and this is a great system. Get it now, because they won't last long at that price. I love you all. I'm going to Leanne's for dinner. She's cooking me filet a la no backbone chicken tonight for dinner, and spinach salad. I am craving spinach salad. Leanne, do you need me to bring bacon? Spinach salad is always better with bacon. Yes, it is. So here's the dinner with friends, and I'm going to spineless chicken. Tell Mark he better watch out. We're going to play a game again, and not heads up. We're going to be playing cornhole. I'm better at it than they thought I'd be. See y'all later. Bye. I'm going to see if Robert can make you a magic wand, Leanne. I'm going to ask him to make you a magic wand. Bye.